products must appeal to your customers. To achieve this, it is important to identify customer needs. Voice of the customer is a structured process for systematically capturing customer feedback and translating it into specific, measurable requirements. The typical process consists of 4 phases. First, systematically identify requirements. Second, organize the requirements. Third, formulate them as needs. And fourth, translate them into metrics. To simplify things, let's look at a simple example. A flashlight. Let's start with phase 1. Requirements can be divided into different levels. Level 1, basic requirements. These requirements must be met without fail. They include, for example, things that are expected as a matter of course, such as legal requirements. For instance, the device must not get too hot. Level 2, performance requirements. These are requirements that come directly from the customer survey. The better these are met, the more satisfied the customer will be. For example, according to the customer, the flashlight should be extremely bright. And at level 3, there are the wow features. These aren't mentioned by the customer because they're usually not yet aware of them. Often, these are innovations that create a wow effect for the user. In our example, the flashlight can be quickly recharged in an emergency by shaking it. In phases 2 and 3, the customer requests that have been formulated are grouped into requirements with overarching categories. This helps create a clearer structure. A major advantage of this approach is that, even at this early stage of development, it's possible to identify requirements that interact with one another. This allows contradictions to be uncovered and addressed early on. In our example, it's clear that brightness could be related to heat generation. The brighter the flashlight is supposed to shine, the more energy is required, and the greater the tendency for heat to be generated. In the final phase, requirements are translated into characteristics with target values in corresponding metrics. This process can be challenging, and it's easy to lose focus along the way. For our example, however, it can be presented in a very manageable way, since we obviously can't write down all the requirements in 3 minutes. That was the voice of the customer methodology presented in a brief and simple form. It helps to systematically define measurable target values from a multitude of requirements.